Welcome to another interesting episode at voiceofthesun.com. Today we'll be talking about how Sunday became Oka in Igbo language or in Igbo land. So most Igbos generally see Sunday as Oka. They call Sunday Oka. You hear things like Iago Kata, Igawago Oka, Anamagoka, Agamoka. You know, I went to church, I just came back from the church. Are you going to the church today? And everybody just equates church and Sunday to Oka. Kembo say Oka. When are you coming? I will come on Sunday. Which Sunday now? Oka now replaces Sunday. The word Sunday. Oka replaces Sunday. Oka replaces church. So how do we get there? Now before I speak on how we got there, I must let you know that Oka does not mean Sunday and Oka does not mean church. So let's go on. So before I continue, I would like to educate you on how, first of all, the days, the weeks, and how they run into months in Ndi Igbo, and how this basically gets us to the last point, which is how Sunday became Oka. So in Igbo land, we have 4 market days. We have Eke, Ore, Afonanko, and these are the 4 days of the Igbo week. The Igbo week contains 4 days, and the Igbo week is known as Izu. Izu. Ofu Izu makes 4 days makes up Ofu Izu. Ofu Izu means 1 week. And now, that is Igbo weeks for you. Now, we now have Izuuka. Izuuka is 7 days, which make up the Gregorian, the 1 week in the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar is the calendar that was brought to us when the missionaries and when the white men came to Africa, came to Igbo land. So, and the Gregorian calendar, like I said, has 7 days. So, how did we get to Izuuka, 1 week? How did we get to Oka, being Sunday and church? So, when the missionaries came to Ndi Igbo, they needed a day to basically converse, discuss with the Ndi Igbo who they were going to converse to Christianity. And so they set out Sunday to be that day for most of the missionaries that came, because they were coming from other parts of the world where Sunday was for fellowshipping, was for mass, was for meeting of Christians, right? So they chose Sunday for their meetings here in Ndi Igbo. But then, how did Oka now come to replace Sunday? So there's something called, when you discuss with someone in the Ndi Igbo, Ikparioka or Ikpakoritoka, discussion, conversation. And so when the missionaries were in Ndi Igbo, they needed to have conversations with their new converts, Ndi Igbo. And so on the Sunday, they had Oka. And Oka on its own as the word means talk. Ikpakoritoka, discussion, conversation with someone or with a group of people, or a group of people having a conversation. So it was from the root word Oka, which joins with Ikpakoritoka between Ndi Igbo and the missionaries. This was where we got the word Oka, representing Sunday, which is the day that the missionaries did what? Had Oka, conversation with Ndi Igbo. And this was how Sunday became Oka. Sunday and church together became Oka in Ndi Igbo. And now the houses of worship in Ndi Igbo, which is church, now became Ulo Oka, house of conversation. The 7 days that make up a week before the next Sunday when they will meet the missionaries again now became Izuuka, which starts on a Sunday. Let me go over this again. Eke, Ore, Afonanko, 4 days, Igbo days, make up Izu. Let me just call it Izu Igbo. Izu or the Ndi Igbo, which is the 4 days that make up 1 week, Izu. And then we now have a separate week, which is Izuuka. Izuuka, which a week that starts on Mbosoka, a day of conversation, Sunday. So in Igbo land, we operate 2 weeks. Izu, which I'll just call it Izu Igbo, 4 days. And then we have Izuuka, 7 days. So basically, this is how we came to say, Anamagoka, I'm going to church, you know. Oka now replacing the word Sunday and the word church. So yeah, this is how we came to have Oka as Sunday. This is where I come to the end of this episode. And like always, if you have any additions, any contributions, any counter opinions, anything you want to say to us, feel free to put it on the comment section wherever you find this video, on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, wherever you find this video on social media. Feel free to drop your contributions under the comment section, or you can send us an email at newsdesk@voiceofthesun.com. I remain my humble self, Chukandunesoku, an editor, and I'm a teacher at voiceofthesun.com, and where we speak up for Ndi Igbo, where we speak up for the people of the Southeast, where we teach, you know, topics that are not so popular to Ndi Igbo, and when we enlighten each other. So yes, with this, I come to an end of this episode, and I hope to see you on the next episode. There, man.